Hi my dear students, welcome back to the session Theory of Machines. We are discussing simple mechanisms. In that, today we need to talk about double slider crank mechanism. Okay, just have a look on the double slider crank mechanism. Here we are having two sliders, coupler link and slotted plate. Okay, first give the name for this. This is slotted plate. Right? Slotted plate. These two sliders will slide in the slots provided in the plate. Okay, so here it is slider 1, slider 2. You can call it as a coupler link. Coupler. Okay, so it is a coupler link. Okay, so how many links present in double slider crank mechanism? Tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 links present in the double slider crank mechanism. Between 1 and 2, sliding pair. 2 and 3, turning pair. 3 and 4, turning pair. 4 and 1, sliding pair. Okay, na? So, 2 sliding pairs and 2 turning pairs present in the double slider crank mechanism. Right? 2 turning pairs plus 2 sliding pairs present in the mechanism. Okay, total number of links equals to 4. Okay, so L equal to 4, J equal to 4, H equal to 0, redundant degree of freedom equal to 0, F equal to 3 into L minus 1, 2J minus H minus F1. 3 into 4 minus 1, 2 into 4 minus 0 minus 0, 9 minus 8 equals to 1. 1 is the degree of freedom of double slider crank mechanism. Here we are having 2 sliders, coupler link and slotted plate. Okay, now we need to discuss about inversions of double slider crank mechanism. Inversion is the method of fixing different links present in the kinematic chain to get different possible mechanisms. Okay, now, so by fixing slotted plate, you will get elliptical trammel. By fixing any one of the slider, you will get Scotch yoke mechanism. By fixing coupler link, you will get old Holmes coupling. So, we need to go in detail about inversions of double slider crank mechanism in this session. Okay, first write down up to here. First put heading double slider crank mechanism. Draw this particular block diagram and observe that this mechanism contains 2 turning pairs and 2 sliding pairs. Total number of links 4. Okay, so once you apply Grubler's criteria to determine degree of freedom, you will get 1 for double slider crank mechanism. Right now up to here. Next, put heading. Completed. Now, put heading inversions of double slider crank mechanism. Inversions of double slider crank mechanism. Okay, draw the table. Inversion number 1, inversion number 1, 2, 3. Inversion number, mechanism, type of fixed link. Name of the fixed link, resultant mechanism, finally application. Okay, now inversion number 1. First we are fixing slotted plate. First draw double slider crank mechanism. After that we can do inversions. Draw double slider crank mechanism. Two sliders, slider 1 and slider 2. These two connected by coupler link. Okay, here we are fixing slotted plate. Okay, here we are fixing slotted plate. Of course, coupler link is the shortest link. Slotted plate is opposite to the shortest link. Shortest link is what? Coupler link. You can call it as a crank. Okay, so coupler link is a crank. It is the shortest link. Now, opposite to the shortest link. Opposite to the shortest link, here we are fixing slotted plate. Slotted plate. A link which is opposite to the shortest link is fixed. The resultant mechanism is double rocker mechanism, double slider or double rocker mechanism. Double slider or rocker mechanism. Application is elliptical trammel. Elliptical trammel. What is the purpose of elliptical trammel? It is used to draw an ellipse. It is a drawing instrument. Now, another inversion. Draw double slider crank mechanism. Okay, so one slider. This is slider. Slider connected by the shortest link. Now we are fixing slider 1. Slider 1. It is adjacent to the shortest link. adjacent to the shortest link. Here slider is fixed. Slider is fixed. Then you will get crank rocker. Crank rocker mechanism. Here this particular thing is a slider here. Strictly speaking, slider. Okay? Crank rocker mechanism. What is the application? Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism. It is used to generate simple harmonic motion. Scotch yoke mechanism used to generate simple harmonic motion. Now, third inversion. Two sliders we need to draw. In this case, we are fixing coupler link. Okay, shortest link is fixed. Shortest link. Shortest link is fixed. Okay, it is nothing but crank or coupler link. Okay, here coupler link is a crank actually. Okay, so now once you fix shortest link, the resultant mechanism is double crank mechanism. Okay, now Oldham's coupling. Oldham's coupling. Here, see this. What is the use of this particular Oldham's coupling? To connect parallel misaligned shafts. To connect parallel misaligned shafts. Okay, so this is all about inversions of double slider crank mechanism. Okay, see this. Have a look on this. Here, inversion number 1. As a first inversion, we are fixing slotted plate. Slotted plate is fixed. Slotted plate means a link which is opposite to the shortest link is fixed. The resultant mechanism, double rocker. Here rocker is termed as a basically double rocker mechanism, but here you are getting two sliders. Okay, double rocker mechanism. This definition given by Grashofer. Okay, but here what are you seeing? Tell me. Rocker and slider, oscillator, lever, more or less same. Okay, so you should know the meaning of slider, rocker, oscillator, lever, crank. Okay, in that case, double rocker mechanism you will get once you fix a link which is opposite to the shortest link. Okay, so that is elliptical trammel. Elliptical trammel is a drawing instrument. It is used to draw an ellipse. Here, if you fix slider 1 is fixed. in then this will slide actually. Okay, it will reciprocate. In all the cases you will get double slider. Okay, so double inversions of double slider mechanism. Here this link will be fixed. Okay, so it will be reciprocating and it behaves as a crank rocker mechanism. Okay, a link which is adjacent to the shortest link is fixed, then the resultant mechanism will be crank rocker mechanism. We can discuss in detail about Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism used to generate SHM, simple harmonic motion. Now if you fix the coupler link, actually it is the shortest link, you can call it as a crank also, some people will call it as a crank or coupler link. Okay, now these two sliders will rotate actually. These two sliders are nothing but two shafts. Okay, now two shafts, two parallel misaligned shafts connected by old arms coupling. Two shafts will rotate. That means the resultant mechanism is double crank mechanism. Write down up to here. These are the things. Write down the table. Inversion number 1, 2, 3. Application, resultant mechanism, name of the fixed link, type of fixed link. Okay? So this is the mechanism. First, today inversion number 1. First we need to discuss in detail about elliptical trammel. Today inversion 1. Inversion 1. Yeah, what is the application? Elliptical trammel. Elliptical trammel. Here we are fixing slotted plate. Slotted plate, and here you will get double slider, and crank you will get it. Crank in the sense it will rotate complete 360 degrees. According to Grashof, you can call it as a double rocker mechanism. Here it is elliptical trammel. See this? Okay, here it is a slider. Okay, now slider 2, this is slider 1. Okay, here we are fixing slotted plate. Need to join these two. Here it is A, this will be B. Slotted plate is fixed. Okay, it is a drawing instrument. We need to keep pencil or sketch at any point on the link, AB. Just take one point P. Okay, so just keep here, and these two will rotate in such a way that it can draw the ellipse. In what way you will get ellipse, you can see in the animation. Okay, so it is a drawing instrument. It is used to draw an ellipse. How to prove? Mathematically, the locus of any point on the link AB gives ellipse. Now we need to prove it. Just have a look on these calculations. You will definitely feel that you will get or you can draw ellipse by using elliptical trammel. Okay, so this is the point A. This is the point A. It is y-axis, it is x-axis, clear? So, it is coupler link. I am taking a point P on the coupler link, somewhere on the coupler link. What is the point P? Tell me. X comma y. It is making an angle theta with the horizontal. Okay? Thus and thus. Here it is also theta. So can I say it is X? It will be Y. Okay? So we can take M. It will be N. Okay? From triangle, here, from triangle, AMP, from triangle AMP, cos theta equals to X by AP. X by AP. From triangle PNB, sin theta equals to Y by BP. Now tell me, cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. We know that. X by AP whole square plus Y by BP whole square equals to 1. X square by AP whole square plus Y square by BP whole square equals to 1. Here, if AP is not equal to BP, in that case you will get an ellipse. It is locus of any point on the link AB is an ellipse. Correct now? It is representing like x square by a square plus y square by b square. Okay. So here A equals to AP, B equals to BP. Okay. What is meant by A? Length of the semi-major axis. B is length of the semi-minor axis. Okay. So what is the equation of this particular thing? Tell me. It will give. Okay. So from here to here it is A. It is B. X, Y. X, Y. Okay. In this case, here which one is higher? AP or BP? Which one is higher? From this figure you will get okay. So this kind of ellipse you will get it. Okay, it is x, y, it is a, b, a equal to AP, b equal to BP, here AP less than BP. Okay, AP less than BP. In that case, we will get this kind of figure, x square by a square or x square by AP square, y square by BP square equals to 1. In this case, it is common only, a equal to AP, b equal to BP, here AP greater than BP. So, here A will become length of the, in this particular case, A equal to length of the semi major axis. Length of the semi major axis, B equal to length of the semi minor axis. Okay, but here A will become length of the semi minor axis, B is the length of the semi major axis. Okay, so here it is x by AP square, generally x square by a square plus y square by b square. Okay, so this is all about how to draw an ellipse by using elliptical trammel. Either you will get ellipse or not, this is mathematical proof. Okay, so we proved mathematically, okay na, so we proved that the locus of any point on the link AB gives an ellipse. Okay, so just we took a point P on a link AB. Okay, so then it is x and this will be y. We took cos theta and sin theta, then we used normal trigonometric equation, cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to n. Finally, you got it is representing an ellipse. If AP equal to BP, in that case, what you will get? Tell me. Here, of course, it is A, it is B. Here, case 1, you can take case 1 and case 2, it will be case 3. Okay? Here, A is equal to AP, B equal to BP. Here, AP is equal to BP. So, x square plus y square is equal to r square. Okay, here r is equal to a equal to b equal to r. So, it is representing circle. You can draw a circle by using elliptical trammel. If you keep a pencil or marker exactly at midpoint of the link AB, you can happily draw the circle. In general, we use compass to draw a circle. Okay, so by using compass, you can't draw an ellipse, right? By using elliptical trammel, you can draw ellipse like this and this kind of ellipse. Okay, so and you can draw circle also. This is the beauty of elliptical trammel. But you people are not using it. I think you never ever used elliptical trammel in drawing lab. Okay, so just see this, by using elliptical trammel you can happily draw the ellipse. So this kind and this kind. So ellipse in the sense you need to draw proper ellipse. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing. This is all about how to draw an ellipse by using elliptical trammel. This is the first inversion of double slider crank mechanism. Right on up to here? Yeah, this is all about elliptical trammel. Inversion number 1. Here the resultant mechanism is a double slider mechanism. Okay, strictly speaking, here these two sliders will slide actually. This is double slider mechanism, and here we are fixing slotted plate. We proved that the locus of any point on the link AB is representing an ellipse. That means by placing marker at any point on the link, okay, it can draw an ellipse. After that, if AP greater than BP, you will get this kind of ellipse. AP less than BP, you will get this kind of ellipse. Okay, we need to adjust length of the semi-major and semi-minor axis. Accordingly, we need to draw the ellipse by using elliptical trammel. If you keep a pencil or marker exactly at midpoint of AB, you will get a circle. That means you can draw circle by using elliptical trammel. It is a drawing instrument. Now putting inversion 2. Inversion 2. What is the application? Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism. Scotch yoke mechanism. Here we are fixing slider. Slider is fixed. Just have a look on this, how it will work. First draw double slider crank mechanism. Okay, here we are fixing slider. Slider is fixed. Okay? Then, what kind of mechanism you will get it? Slider is fixed. Okay? One more slider is here. Okay? It will rotate like this, then it will slide. Here you will get double slider crank mechanism. It is used to generate Just have a look on the Scotch yoke mechanism. It is used to generate simple harmonic motion. Mechanism. It is used to generate simple harmonic motion. Okay, so it is very popularly asked question in engineering service examination in matching type. To generate simple harmonic motion will be given the left side, right side Scotch yoke mechanism. It is very popular thing in engineering service examination. Okay, so it is the second inversion of double slider crank mechanism. Here we are fixing slider. Slider is fixed. Slider is fixed. Okay, right up to here. Nothing great here. Just on which link is fixed. Slider is fixed. A link which is adjacent to the shortest link is fixed. Na? Crank and slider. One crank is there, another slider. Okay? Crank, rocker, strictly speaking. Here it is a rocker behaves as a slider here. Okay, na? So this is the thing, and slider is fixed. What is the purpose of Scotch yoke mechanism? It is to generate a simple harmonic motion. Okay? Scotch yoke mechanism. Okay? So here Scotch yoke, yes, okay. Next, put heading inversion 3. Inversion 3. Okay. So inversion 3 is Woldholm's coupling. Here we are fixing coupler link, crank or coupler link, both are fine. Some people, crank is fixed, you will get double crank mechanism, see here. So how will you get this particular thing? Double slider crank mechanism. What is the purpose of Woldholm's coupling? We need to discuss. Very simple. Slider, another slider, yeah. See here, it is a very simple thing. By fixing crank, what will get, tell me? Crank or coupler link, both are fine. It is a crank. These two sliders can't slide now. These two sliders can't slide. Why? Because you fixed the crank. Then there is no option for the sliders. Okay. Here sliders will rotate. That means slider will rotate. Okay. So slider will rotate here. Okay. Rotation. And this kind of rotation, you will get it. Rotation. Okay, this is also rotation. Clear? These two sliders will rotate. Okay, sliders behaves physically. Here we need to take two shafts. Okay, two parallel. Here these two are what? Two parallel misaligned shafts. Misaligned shafts connected by Wold-Harms coupling. Okay, two parallel misaligned shafts. Just see the animation, you will get it. Two parallel misaligned shafts connected by Wold-Harms coupling. Okay, these two shafts will rotate. Okay, so actually these two are sliders, but these two must slide actually. Okay, correct na? These two sliders are meant to slide. Okay, but we are fixing the crank. Then these two sliders have no option, right? These two can't slide. That is why these two rotate at this particular point. Okay, physical meaning here is these two are nothing but sliders behaves as a shafts physically. Okay, these two shafts rotate and some misalignment is there. These two shafts are parallel and misaligned shafts connected by Wold-Harms coupling. These two, that is why the resultant mechanism is double crank mechanism. Here we are fixing the crank. Okay, shortest link is fixed. The resultant mechanism is double crank mechanism. This is all about Wold-Harms coupling, inversion 3 in inversions of double slider crank mechanism. Okay, we discussed 3 inversions. As a first inversion, we started with by fixing slotted plate. You will get elliptical trammel. Elliptical trammel is a drawing instrument. It is used to draw an ellipse. After that, we fixed the slider. The corresponding mechanism is what? Scotch yoke mechanism. Okay, it is used to generate simple harmonic motion. After that, we fixed the crank. Then these two sliders will rotate. The resultant mechanism is double crank mechanism. After that, the name of the mechanism is Wold-Harms coupling. Wold-Harms coupling used to connect to parallel misaligned shafts. This is all about inversions of double slider crank mechanism. Right on up to here? Okay. This point is very important in state government jobs. Okay, some chota government jobs. Okay, so you will get this point. What is the purpose of Wold-Harms coupling? It is used to connect to parallel misaligned shafts. The working of Wold-Harms coupling you can see here. Okay, can I rub this? Now we need to solve some problems in simple mechanisms chapter. Okay, first write down question number 1. First draw the figure. They gave crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism, and it is given in GATE 2009. GATE 2009. Okay. Here it is nothing but O1, O2. The distance between here is, this is D actually. After that, what are the link lengths given? Forward to return ratio, okay, quick return mechanism is nothing but quick return ratio is given as 2:1. After that, O1P, it is P and the Q. O1P is given as 125 mm. It is 125 mm is given. O1P 125 mm. Finally, what they are asking? The distance D between the crank center to lever pivot center. Okay, it is what? Crank center. It is chota problem. Crank center. It is lever pivot center. Okay, so the slanted bar oscillating about this point. Okay, center of rotation of slanted bar or lever, center of rotation of the crank. That's it. Whatever the thing is given in crank and slanted lever quick return motion mechanism, first draw this figure. Draw this figure. Okay, it is O1. This particular thing. Okay, here extreme positions of slanted bar. What is this now? Here you will get this kind of figure, and here you will get, okay, so it is 90 degrees of course. Okay. O1, O2, of course it is point P actually, point P. You can join it. Actually it is fixed now. You can happily join it. Both meanings are same. Okay. You can happily join it. Okay. So here it is this. Here it is this. That doesn't matter. Okay. So O1P given as 125 mm. 125 mm. They are asking the magnitude of D. Fuck up. We already know that this particular thing is how much? Beta. Beta. This is a return angle. That means from here to here it is alpha by 2. Alpha by 2. Quick return ratio is given. Quick return ratio is equal to 2. Quick return ratio is nothing but cutting time by or cutting angle by return angle. Return angle, that means beta by alpha equal to 2. 360 minus alpha by alpha equal to 2. So 360 equal to 3 alpha. So 120 is equal to alpha. Alpha is equal to 120. So alpha by 2 is nothing but. So take the triangle. Take this particular triangle. Here it is P, O1, O2. It is D. Alpha by 2 in the sense from here to here it is 60 degrees. Of course 60 degrees. From triangle. Yeah, from triangle O1P, O2. So what you will get, tell me, it is 125 mm. Cos 60 is equal to O1P by D. So D equivalents to O1P by cos 60. So it is 125 by 1 by 2, 250 mm. Finally, D is equal to 250 mm. So no need to solve this much actually. Quick return ratio 2 in the sense If it is 125, it should be double than that. Okay? So if it is 125, it will definitely 250. Okay? So this is the procedure to determine distance between two centers when radius of the crank and quick return ratio given in the problem. Okay? So first draw this figure. These two are extreme positions of the slotted bar. Okay, at that case, these two are tangent to the circle, that means it is perpendicular. Okay, so construct this particular thing. We already explained this particular thing in crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism, and take this particular triangle, you will get it. We already defined quick return ratio, cutting angle by return angle, beta by alpha equal to 2. Finally, we will get alpha equal to 120. This question given in GATE 2009. Next, similar type of problem, GATE 1995. Okay. Question number 2. Okay. So calculations also exactly same. Question number 2, GATE 1995. Here, yeah, exactly same. Same question. They gave here A, it is B at the time, and then it is O, and O dash is given. Okay, so next OA is 2 centimeter. 2 centimeter, from here to here 4 centimeter. Again, it is actually A, it is O dash, this is not at all required actually. Okay? Yeah. How to solve this problem? What is given? OA equal to 2 centimeter, O dash equal to 4 centimeter. Okay? This is given. Now, how to solve the problem? First, take the triangle. Yeah, of course, we should take this triangle. Take it. O dash A, O dash. Of course, it is 90 degrees, 2 centimeter, 4 centimeter. From triangle, O dash, cos, of course, it is alpha by 2. Now, cos alpha by 2 equal to OA by O dash, 2 centimeter by 4 centimeter. Cos alpha by 2 equal to cos inverse of 1 by 2 equal to 60 degrees, alpha equal to 120 degrees. Okay? Now, quick return ratio. Quick return ratio equal to beta by alpha, 360 minus alpha by alpha. So that means 360 minus 120 by 120, 240 by 120 equal to 2. Quick return ratio. Okay? So, what is the answer? Last problem, they gave quick return ratio. They asked you to determine O dash. Correct now? So, they gave 125, it is 250. If it is 2 centimeter, it will be 4 centimeter. That's it. They are, I don't know why. In all previous year GATE and engineering service question, they are revolving around the 2 only. Okay, In last year also one question came. What is the answer? 2 only. Okay. So this is the question given in GATE 1995. So it is very simple. First draw this figure. You should have full command on this particular figure and taking this triangle, applying normal trigonometry ratios. Cos alpha by 2, from here you will get alpha. If they give quick return ratio, you will get alpha from here. Substitute here, you will get any one of these 2 dimensions. That's it. This question given in GATE 1995. Next. GATE 2007. GATE 2007. Okay. GATE 2007, question number 3. I am interested to solve half of the problem here because we have not done velocity part of crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. For time being, we can solve first problem which is given in GATE 2007. Okay, just write down the names. O, this is a P, and then SQ, it is S, it will be Q. So draw off of the figure, remaining thing is not required for time being. After that, they gave quick return ratio is 1:2. 1:2 is given means the definition of quick return ratio is different here. Okay, so the definition of quick return ratio is what? Alpha by beta. Clear? 1/2. Okay, so if quick return ratio less than 1 means the definition of quick return ratio is different. What is the definition of quick return ratio? Here, return angle by cutting angle. It will be less than 1. Of course, take alpha by beta. Alpha by 360 minus alpha equal to 1/2. 2 alpha equal to 360 minus alpha. 3 alpha equal to 360. Alpha equal to 120. Okay? So just yeah, what are the dimensions given? Tell me. What are the dimensions given? Here 500 mm. It is 500 mm. After that, they are asking radius of the crank. Okay? So just take the triangle. Here it is O, P, yes. Okay? O, P, yes. It is very simple. Just take the triangle. This is yes. O, P. O, P, yes. Here O, P is nothing but (500 mm). Okay. So how much you got it? It is alpha by 2 equals to 60 degrees. From triangle OSP, cos alpha by 2 equals to OS by OP. Actually, this is nothing but cos 60 equals to OS. We need to calculate. OP equal to 500. OS equal to 250 mm. Yeah. So finally we got this particular thing is 250 mm. See these 3 questions. In all the questions, they are revolving around the 2 only. Okay. Here in these 3 questions, If it is 250, it will be 500. Okay? So in first question, what they are asking? They are asking distance between two centers. Radius of the crank is given and quick return ratio is given. Second question, they gave these two dimensions, then they are asking quick return ratio. In third problem, quick return ratio and distance between two centers are given. Then they are asking radius of the crank. That's it. This is all about crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. Okay, three different varieties of problems which are asked in GATE 2009, GATE 2007 and GATE 1995. Three questions. Okay. So in addition to this, one more question is added. Okay, now so that part is what? Velocity analysis of crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. Same question asked in GATE 2007. Till now we didn't complete that velocity analysis of crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. When we start that velocity analysis, we can discuss that second half which given in the question. Okay, na? Second half of the thing you can solve in velocity analysis of crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. For time being, we need to cover quick return ratio of crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. This is all about three different varieties of problems in crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism. Right now, completed now. Now, next question number 4. Yeah, question number 4. This question given in engineering service examination. I don't remember exact year, but the question came in elliptical trammel topic. Okay. So it is A. Here we are fixing the slotted plate. Of course, it is B. P point somewhere here. Okay. It is 100 mm. It is 50 mm. 100 mm and 50 mm. Okay. I kept somewhere here. This particular thing is P. Now they are asking length of the semi major and minor axis respectively. Option A, option B, option C, option D. Okay, first option. No, length of the major and minor axis, not semi. Length of the major and minor axis. This is the question. Okay, now figure is given. It is elliptical trammel. So the question here is length of the major and minor axis respectively. First option, major 150 mm, minor 50 mm. Here it is 300 mm, 100 mm, it is 250 mm, 200 mm, none of the above. Okay, none of the above. Okay, so here it is very simple. So by using this x square by ap square plus y square by bp square equals to 1. Here AP equals to 150 mm and then BP equal to, how much is this? 50 mm. That means here, this is what? A actually, this is B. Clear na? A is higher, that means you can draw, we are keeping this thing here na, you are drawing an ellipse, you are drawing, wait a second, X, Y. Okay? Here it is A and then B. That means A is what? Length of the semi-major axis. What is the length of major axis? Tell me. Length of major axis equal to 2A, 2 into AP equals to 300 mm. Length of the minor axis, it is nothing but 2B, 2 into BP, 2 into 50, that is nothing but 100 mm. Correct na? So now what is the answer? 300 mm and 100 mm. They are asking length of the major and minor axis of an ellipse. Here of an ellipse respectively. Okay, this figure is given. So here we are keeping marker at this point. So what is, you can draw an ellipse by using elliptical trammer. Then they are asking the magnitude of major and minor axis, length of the major and minor axis. Generally people will directly give 150 and 50. So most of the people will answer first option. Okay? So here A and B are what? Length of the semi-major axis. It is what? Semi-major axis and semi-minor axis. They are asking length of the major axis. Double that. 2A and 2AP will get it. Okay. So this is the question given in engineering service examination. This is the what is the topic here? Elliptical trammel. Okay. So elliptical trammel, and they gave this particular figure. From that you need to understand that it is elliptical trammel, and this is the pencil position. You can draw ellipse. Okay, AP is the length of semi-major axis. BP is length of the semi-minor axis. If they ask you to determine length of the major and minor axis, you need to double it. Take it. 2AP is nothing but length of the major axis. 2BP is nothing but length of the minor axis. Okay, so don't put 150 and 50. Okay. Now, so understood now? Okay. So generally people do mistake in this problem. Okay. Next. Yeah, remaining questions are simple only. Yeah, GATE 2018, question number 5. One more question. GATE 2018. What is given? Tell me. A 4-bar mechanism is made up of link lengths 100, 200, 300, 350. Okay? So here 4-bar mechanism made of 100 mm. One other one is 200 mm and 300 mm. After that 350 mm. You need to take a particular order: 100 mm, 200 mm and 350 mm. If 350 mm link is fixed, 350 mm link is fixed. Okay. So now check it out whether this 4-bar mechanism following Grashof criteria or not. S equals to 100 mm, L equals to 350 mm, P equals to 200 mm, Q equal to 300 mm. Check it out. S plus L equals to, S plus L is nothing but 450. P plus Q equal to 500 mm. Okay. 500 mm. That means what? Correct only, na? 450, it is 500. S plus L less than P plus Q. That means Grashof's criteria satisfied. Okay, na? Grashof criteria satisfied. Here we are fixing a link which is adjacent to the shortest link. We need to take it in a proper order: 100, 200, 300, 350. Correct na? 100, 200, 300, 350. Okay? So here a link R and adjacent to the shortest link, adjacent to the shortest link is fixed. In that case, adjacent to the shortest link is fixed. The resultant mechanism is crank rocker mechanism. Crank rocker mechanism. You will get, it is fixed na, so you will get one crank here. It is a rocker. Okay, crank rocker mechanism. What they ask you, tell me? Number of cranks na, number of links that can rotate fully. Number of links that can rotate fully. What is the meaning of this? Number of cranks present in the mechanism. Present in the mechanism equivalents to 1. Only one crank. Okay? So first draw the figure properly. 100, 200, 300, 350. Okay? This is the order. Then check it out whether it is satisfying Grashof criteria or not. S plus L 450, P plus Q 500. That means S plus L less than P plus Q. Okay, now just check it out whether 350 is adjacent or opposite or either it is a shortest link. Check it once. 350 link na, this particular link is adjacent to the shortest link. Okay, and adjacent to the shortest link is fixed. The resultant mechanism is crank rocker mechanism. Okay na? So they are asking number of links that can rotate fully. That means number of cranks present in the mechanism. 1. Okay. So what is the answer? GATE 2018. Question number 5. Answer is 1. That's it. Next, right on up to here. Question number 6. Number of degree of freedom of planar mechanism, it is direct formula. Number of degree of freedom of planetary gate train, we already solved this. Okay na? So yeah, gate 2013. Write down the given data. Given that PQ equals to 2 meter, QR equals to 3 meter, RS equals to 2.5 meter, PQRST 2.7 meter. Check it out. 2 meter, 3 meter, 2.5 meter, and SP. Sorry. SP. Okay. So this is 2.7 meter with all revolute joints. The link to be fixed to obtain a double rocker mechanism. Okay. So here I am taking this particular thing is P, Q, R. Okay. So it is 2 meter. It is 3 meter. Little high. It is longest link, I guess. And then okay, 2.5 meter. It is 2.7 meter. PQR. Yes. Clear? Check it once. Shortest link is what? 2 meter. Longest link 3 meter. P equal to 2.5 meter. Q equal to 2.7 meter. S plus L equals to 2 plus 3, 5 meter. P plus Q equals to 2.5 plus 2.7. That means how much you will get it? 5.2 meter. S plus L less than P plus Q. Grashof criteria is satisfied. Okay. Grashof criteria. Area as satisfied. Okay. So Grashof criteria is satisfied. According to Grashof criteria, which link we need to fix to get double rocker mechanism? Okay na? A link which is opposite to the shortest link is fixed. A link which is opposite to the shortest link is fixed. You will get double rocker mechanism. Opposite to the shortest link is fixed. The resultant mechanism will be double rocker mechanism. Double rocker mechanism. We need to fix RS. Okay. Which option is correct? Question number this is given in GATE 2013. Option C is correct. Correct. RS. Answer C. RS we need to fix. Okay na? So by fixing a length which is opposite to the shortest link, the resultant mechanism will be double rocker mechanism.